Braindead A Head-Banging Life with 10 things we hate about Braindead, the movie Braindead, also known as Dead Alive. Yes, there are things to hate about Braindead. We are massive fans of it. Go check out the 10 things we love to see that. But as always, these are double-sided videos.
Yep.
And we have to do hate.
Nitpicky, mine were.
Oh, it's all nitpicky.
Because I love the film. So it was more than most. I think this film was a bit like trying to pull little bits out.
Yeah, some of it as hate is more like not hating it because it's bad, but hating it in the context of the film. Yeah. If that makes sense. Yeah. It's not easy with Braindead. Yeah. But I will start with ones that I do have an issue with.
Yeah.
Okay. So, there's no logic. You know, and I know it's why, again, it's one of those where I constantly go, well, we know we get it, it's the point of the movie. But Braindead lacks logic, particularly in regards to zombies and that kind of thing. The lack of logic behind a lot of the actions, a lot of things that occur. You know, I laughed and said it when the credits were rolling when we watched it recently, and like Lionel and Paquita are kissing. I was like, yeah, you're going to have to explain that. It reminds me of Rick and Morty after Jerry, after Jerry's got 2 strokes off his golf game, and he's like, I'm going home with my wife. No, you're not. No, we'll take our food to go. No, you're not. The police are coming. You're going to have to answer a lot of questions. That is exactly the same about Braindead. You're going to have to explain this, why there's a fuckload of bodies in your house, you know? But yeah, there's no real logic behind it. How does a zombie give birth?
Yeah. So I might say mine was the same. It was like the sort of continuity with the baby. It bites Lionel twice. It doesn't turn. Like, so where's the law of it doesn't turn? Obviously, gets bitten by the baby.
Yeah, they never. Yeah, that's a logic issue in regards to how, because like all the guests become zombies, but others don't.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, it's not.
Not so continuity on that one.
There's no real logic. Yeah. So that was your first one, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. My second then. Constant up close camera shots. This movie loves an obnoxious up close under the chin or really in your face camera shot. I hate that a lot of the time. Yeah. Sometimes it works on Braindead because you want to show certain characters as quite vile and nasty, and certain angles really show that off. That works with the likes of Uncle Les and stuff like that. You ever notice that Paquita is shot straight on a lot of the time, very rarely up close. Yeah. And I get that's the direction you're trying to do. Yeah. So I do get it, but it is obnoxious as fuck.
So my next one is the baby scenes. In a stupid film, even they seem out of place. I really didn't care for the baby Selwyn.
Okay.
Did you have them covered on there? When we watched it, baby Selwyn. There. Did you have that one?
I'm looking.
Ah, yeah. I just thought he was.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was stupid. I didn't want a baby zombie in it.
Right. You're kind of rolling over a couple of mine, so I'm going to do a couple in one.
Yeah.
So yeah, I sometimes that silliness trips over from silliness into awkwardness, cheesiness, where it's just kind of like, okay, this is just making me feel a bit awkward and a little bit too cheesy for my liking. Yeah. This is that does happen on occasion. Yeah. And the next one was going to be a good example of that, and a sequence I don't enjoy is the parked out bit.
Who's a cute little Selwyn then?
Which obviously involves the baby. Now, it's interesting. You should be noted that this was an extra scene tagged on at the end.
Because you liked it so much.
Well, no. He basically this came in under budget. This movie came in under budget, so Peter Jackson decided to film an extra scene, which is the park scene, and Peter Jackson said it's his favourite scene, which to me is odd because I find it cheesy, overly silly and cheesy, and pushing the limits of what I'm willing to detach my mind from. You know.
I get that.
So there's two of them.
So going on from scenes that you're not really keen on, mine is when his mum gets ill.
Okay.
Like really ill and she can't talk properly. For me, it feels too close to what could happen in real life.
Oh, interesting, yeah.
When someone has like dementia issues or like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's.
It's very real.
Yeah, and it felt, I didn't like watching it because she was an older lady filming that, and it took me away from the whole cheesy comedy, and it made me feel a bit kind of sad almost. I don't know if you got that as well.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. It's one of the more real. The initial first illness is one of the more real feeling moments of the movie.
And I just didn't like it.
Continuing my theme of tripping over into cheesiness, another scene, and it's basically the alive innards of Void. This I think pushes the limits a bit too much. So Void is the biker zombie.
Oh yeah.
And he basically gets cut in half, and his innards fall out and become its own monster.
Yeah.
And it constantly tries to kill Lionel. But when it first pops in, it pulls itself up onto the counter, sees itself in the mirror, and starts going, ooh.
Yeah.
No.
That did too much for you.
Yeah.
On the theme of the sort of, it was like a silly little thing. It was a bit of trivia that I found out that could have been avoided. They actually filmed someone's gravestone, like a family tomb, in the film and left it in there and didn't take it out, which led to privacy laws being looked into and opened up, which could be seen as a good thing, but it's just a little bit of a lazy thing. You couldn't have taken someone's name out of especially like a comedy horror as well.
You didn't need to do that, yeah.
Yeah, so that's just like a little small bit of trivia. I thought you could just edit that.
Sounds more like a mistake, not thinking that'd be an issue.
Yeah, which I think clearly it would be. It's a comedy film and it's someone's name in it.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Okay, right. In the context of the film, this one is, so less about me sitting out there as a film watcher. But man, oh man, I can't. I hate Uncle Les, Ian Watkins. I hate Uncle Les in this movie. I hated him when I saw him when I was younger. I watched it again recently. I'm like, ugh, he's such a vile character. He's such a vile character. He's shot in a way that makes him vile. The actor does a great job. It's, in the context of the film, I do not like this character. Yeah.
Also, another thing on characters, the fact that Lionel's such a drip.
Oh, he is such a drip.
Such a drip. I'm like, we've got no backbone, none at all. Yeah, that kind of little bit irritating. Like, you couldn't have a bit more oomph about you.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I get it. Again, sticking to the context of the film, we actually mentioned it in the Love video as part of the effects, but it is something about when I think of gross moments that generally don't like in Braindead because they're gross. It's the pudding scene.
Yeah, I'll put that one.
Yeah, it's the pudding scene. If you don't know what we're talking about, so basically, Lionel's mother is being accepted into a kind of club. Was it women's? It's like,
what's it called?
What would it be over here?
Women's Institute.
Women's Institute. Yeah. And she's being visited by the head and her husband, and they're going to have dinner and stuff like that. But this is when Lionel's mother is ill. So she's having a real problem, and like her face is drooping, her ear falls off into the custard, that kind of thing. But basically, she's when Lionel serves up dessert, which is pudding as the bloke says, now the husband is shot in that obnoxious, gross way as well, where the camera's really up close to his big red face. So it's designed to be gross in that sense. And she squeezes pus from her arm, which lands in his custard. And he gets a big spoonful of it, and it's really up close to his face as he puts it in his mouth, and he's all like, mwah, mwah, that's delicious.
Yeah,
it'll make you feel sick. Yeah.
No pudding? Only custard, I'm afraid. Custard? I haven't had a good custard in years. She never makes the stuff. Damn fine custard. Rich and creamy, just the way I like it.
The title change, completely going back to the very beginning of it. Title change.
Yeah.
Dead Alive, Braindead. I'm just like, I don't know, maybe because I always known it's Braindead. I just think it's just Dead Alive. No, I don't know.
I got it, but mine is based on the fact that I really don't like the fact that it's better known as Dead Alive because of the American audience.
Yeah, definitely.
So because of that, it's a problem with the fact that I do wonder, like, if you run into a naming issue in America because of a similarity with another film called Braindead, where it was 2 words instead of 1 complete title, why not just go Dead Alive then full stop? Just stick with Dead Alive around the world.
Yeah.
You're like, that's a big fucking corner. That's a big market, the American market. So you're like, oh, well, don't worry about it. We'll keep it as Braindead in New Zealand and UK and stuff like that. And it's like, now you're better off sticking to Dead Alive. I think that was a mistake.
Yeah.
So you create this confusion that if you're an American audience and you go Braindead, you're thinking of it's a totally different movie.
Yeah, so that annoyed me a little bit. Well, so we both had that one, so I'll go again. I don't think we needed the emotional blackmail scene.
Okay.
I feel like there's a bit of a wasted... Like, I got the idea of, you know, looking after your mum. It's clearly him living with his mum. She's a bit older. I kind of got that. I didn't need the whole guilt trip of a certain other scene of it. I don't know. I don't think it was necessary.
Okay.
To be honest.
Sticking with P and picky as fuck, because that was picky.
Yeah.
The happy ending. For a film that betrays many tropes throughout, why it just goes for a bog standard happy ending, here's our couple kissing and zoom out on it.
No, I disagree with that one.
I don't really care for it. I think it would have been, we could have just ended it before that shot, or like maybe have a little bit more sting in the tail, a stinger scene, so to speak.
I didn't want that for them two though. I want a sting in the tail because I like both of them, so I like that idea, and it kind of comes back to the whole silliness and the whole love story of it being like a sort of chick lit kind of. She finds a future husband at the shop and they go through this together.
But as I said at the start, they've got a lot of questions to be answered.
Yeah.
Lionel's going to prison, man.
Yeah.
You know. I got one more.
I've got one more. So nitpicking. The continuity again. He's got completely clean trousers, even all the chaos and blood. Like he's completely clean.
Yeah, like blood isn't like water. It doesn't just wash off you.
Yeah, no, you'd be
it's sticky and visible. Yeah.
So yeah, again, so it's very nitpicky, but that's my last one.
My nitpicky is at the Germans. Germany full stop. So again, through trivia and learning, that the uncut version as well as several cut versions are banned in Germany still to this day.
Wow.
It is also illegal to publicly exhibit this film in Germany. That is some.
That's weird. I've seen Eurotrash. I've seen some of the stuff that comes from Germany.
That is some sad, goddamn, pretty
weird.
disappointing censorship for a movie that ultimately, for all its gore and violence, should be seen in context. I believe the BBFC in our country, when it comes to video nasties, understood enough about context to go, this is not... Remember, well, the BBFC saw this as a joke when it came to it, was happy enough to give it an 18 rating because it was seeing it done in a slapstick way. Yeah. And to date, still 2020, still got these problems.
It's weird because I heard of certain films, like you say, like countries like China, sometimes a bit more conservative.
Yeah.
Traditionally more conservative. But Germany, like a European country, that's quite surprising, that one.
Yeah, I think that was very, very disappointing.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. You see a bit of a struggle to get 10 things hating about Braindead. It's not an easy movie to hate, and it's certainly more difficult to come up with 10 each. But we tried and we did it. There you go. Let us know yours in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. You can check us out on gbhbl.com as well as on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Tumblr. Go to Patreon and help us out over there. That's patreon.com/GBHBL, as well as Big Cartel, where you can find some of our merchandise. We have a podcast running on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts. And of course, if you like this video, do us a favour, hit the subscribe button and help the channel grow. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?